Sounds like a lot of you have played bridge before. Some of you, this is your second, third, or fourth or more time through this class. I just want to take a quick poll. How many of you have played bridge before? Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about nine-ish. Okay. So those of you who haven't played bridge, have you played any other card games? I heard poker and what kind of game? War.
Pinochle. Pinochle. Yeah, Pinochle. Hearts.
Hearts.
Euchre.
Euchre.
Trash.
Trash. That's a new one to me. I haven't heard of that one. You're hard pressed to stump me on a card game I haven't heard of. So that's a good job.
Spades.
Spades. Spades is good.
Rummy. Cribbage. Cribbage. If you live in Alaska and haven't played cribbage, you don't know how that happens.
I heard canasta out there.
Oh, yeah. I played it when I was like 7.
Okay. So
It's fun.
bridge is in a family of games called trick-taking games, and that's going to match with. It's going to be pinochle, hearts, euchre, spades are all also trick-taking games. So if you've played one of these games, you're almost already familiar with some of the basics of bridge, and that is when a card is led, everybody has to play the same suit, and sometimes there will be a trump suit. In hearts, there's no trump suit, but pinochle, euchre, and spades there will be a trump suit. Bridge is the rules of following suit or playing to a trick is very permissive. In pinochle, for example, you have to beat the last card played to the trick, and if you can trump, you have to trump. In bridge, if you can't follow suit, you can play any card you want. You don't have to trump. You can just throw off and let somebody else win the trick. And if somebody leads a king, you don't have to top it with the ace. You don't have to beat the last card. So bridge is played with a deck of 52 cards, so the standard 52 card deck. So no jokers. Let's see. And actually, bridge has a little bit in common, less so, but a little bit in common with these other games, rummy, canasta, and poker. But we'll figure that out a little bit later. But mostly we're going to concentrate on the idea of taking tricks. It's a 52 card deck, which is split into 4 suits. Does everybody know the names of the suits? Spades, hearts, diamonds,
Kings.
and clubs. Do you have a favorite suit? Diamonds, you like diamonds? All right, 4 suits, spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs, and I'll try to draw pictures of them. They're not going to be very good pictures.
So it's a Star Trek symbol.
An arrow.
Spades has more of a stem here, something like that. Okay, and I put them in this order because there is a rank order in the suits as far as bidding is concerned. We'll talk about bidding actually quite a bit over the next 8 weeks. But for now, don't worry so much about the rank of the suits, but you will need to know the rank of the cards. And in bridge, ace is high, followed by the face cards, king, queen, and jack. So unlike pinochle, the 10 is under the jack. And we usually, when we're writing about bridge, we abbreviate it with the T instead of writing out 10. That's just traditional, not really any good reason for that. And then it goes down 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So that's the rank of cards in a deck. Also in the game of bridge, the entire deck is used every hand. So there are 52 cards in the deck. There are 4 suits. There's also 4 players. And then the whole deck gets dealt out, so everybody gets 13 cards. So there are 13 cards in each suit. And everybody gets 13 cards per player. So the number 13 is actually very important in bridge. And if you know how to count to 13, you're well on your way to being a good bridge player. And that's actually harder than it sounds. So each of you has a deck of cards in front of you, and I'm going to make North do the work. So go ahead and shuffle up that deck. And then just to get in the habit, count your cards face down if you haven't already looked at them. Make sure you have 13.
Very important for us, since we lost half.
And we're actually going to start off by playing a hand of bridge. We're going to skip over the bidding, and we're just going to start playing. So we'll get used to the idea of playing a card and determining who wins the trick. So don't worry too much about strategy right now. East, just pick any card in your hand and put it face up on the table, kind of in between you and the table marker. Okay, and then South, who's next to play, whatever suit was led, South will have to play that same suit if they have it. So on these 2 tables, East led a spade, so South will have to play a spade. And then West will have to continue to play that suit. And then North will be the last to play to this trick. Now, if you're playing at home, people just put their cards in the middle of the table. But here, we're playing a style called duplicate, where the same hand will be played again by somebody else. So you're going to keep the cards toward you on your side of the table. So let's see. In order to win a trick, you have to play the highest card in the suit led. So here a spade was led, there a spade was led, here a diamond was led. If somebody played a different card, like a heart instead of a diamond, or a club instead of a spade, you cannot win the trick that way. Okay, so whoever played the highest card in the suit led wins that trick. So I'd like you to turn your cards face down, kind of toward the edge of the table, and then pointing in the direction of the side that win the trick. You and the person across the table from you is your partner. So here, the ace of spades won.
Thank you.
So
Ace of spades here.
yeah, the ace of spades won. So it's going to be pointed kind of this direction. Okay, and then whichever player won that trick gets to start the next trick. They can choose any card in their hand and play.
We lost that. They lost.
If the smoke goes up.
Okay, so now you've got a row of cards in front of you. You have a complete record of how the hand was played, which could be useful in case there are any discrepancies or irregularities. But I'd like everybody to count up how many tricks your side took. So you and your partner together, and I'm going to ask each table in order. So table 1, north-south, how many tricks did you take? How many tricks did north-south take?
9.
9. East-west, how many did you take?
4.
4. And then table 2, north-south took 7, east-west? 6. Good job. And then at table 3, north-south took how many?
5.
5, and east-west took 8.
You had a bad dealer.
Okay. One thing you'll notice is that because there are 13 tricks, these 2 numbers should always add up to 13. And another thing you'll notice is that the side that won the hand, the side that took the most tricks, always takes at least 7. So to take a majority of the tricks, you always take at least 7. So the way the scoring works, I'm not going to go too deeply into scoring right now, but you only get a score for winning the hand, and the first 6 don't count. So North-South actually made 3 there, and 1 here, and 2 for east-west here. This is actually a game called Whist, and it was very popular in the Middle Ages, like the 16th through 18th centuries. And this is the way Whist was scored. You just, you play until one side got 5 points or something like that. But one thing to remember is that the first 6 tricks don't count. Only the 7th trick and beyond counts. Let's see. I'd like each player to turn up only the cards that their side won. So just turn the cards face up that your side won. I'll ask each table, how many aces are face up? 4 on the whole table. Table 1, 4. Table 2, all 4. Table 3, all 4. So total of 12 aces won tricks. How about kings? 3 kings at this table. 4 at this one. 3.
4.
Do you see
4. All the king. Okay, so out of all 12 kings at all 3 tables, 11 of those won tricks. How about queens? How many queens are face up? 2, 2, 3. Okay, and then how many jacks? 2, 2, 3. Okay. So one thing we'll notice is that aces are pretty powerful. Kings are also pretty powerful, but less so. Queens are weaker, jacks are weaker. Did anybody win a trick with a card lower than a jack? Just 1? Okay. Yeah, how did that happen? Where you won a trick with like an 8?
You have a long suit.
Yeah, you have a long suit. So yeah, if you lead a card and like if you lead the 8 of clubs and nobody else has any clubs, that wins by default. Nobody can beat it. If you also maybe your 8 was already high and your partner decided not to play a bigger card than you because you're a partnership. So if your partner is already winning the trick, no need for you to try to win the trick. And sometimes 10s, 9s, and 8s will win a trick just because they're the biggest. Like the ace, king, queen, jack, 10 and 9 have all already been played, and the 8 or lower will win the trick just by being stronger. But the main reason low cards win tricks is because everybody else has just run out. Okay. So I'd like to do this one more time. So turn all the cards face down, mix them up and hand them to east this time. I'd like the dealer to choose a trump suit. And if you don't know what that means, just pick your longest suit and just announce that to the table.
Clubs.
Clubs are going to be trump at this table. Clubs are going to be trump at this table.
You just put the same ones together.
Whatever the group.
Okay. Okay, and then south, the person on the left of the dealer will lead to the first trick. So one new rule this time, if you can't follow suit, like here a heart is being led, if you can't play a heart, you can play any card you want, just like before. But if your choice happens to be a trump, clubs at this table, then instead of the highest heart, or whatever the suit is led, winning the trick, the highest trump will win the trick. Okay. Everybody finished again. So in table order, so table 1, how many tricks did north-south take? 4. East-west, so north-south don't get anything. East-west, how many tricks did you take? 9. Remember the first 6 don't count, so we're going to give you 3 points for that. How about table 2? 7 for your side and 6 for the other side. So the east-west gets 1 point. And then table 3, how many tricks did north-south take?
5.
5, which means east-west took 8. So they score 2 points. So plus 2 is 4. So it looks like table 3, east-west are ahead. But why do you think east-west won at every single table?
Well, because they called the trump suit.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a big advantage of being able to pick the trump suit. And let's just indulge me some more on this. How many? Go ahead and turn your winning cards face up again. All right, table one. How many aces do you have face up? 4 and kings. 3, 3.5. 3 kings. Queens. Table one.
I see 2 aces.
3 and jacks. 2. Okay, table 2. How many aces do you have face up?
3.
4.
Well, I have this one. Oh, 3.
3. How many kings do you have face up?
2 here. You have 4.
4. How about queens? 3 and jacks?
2. You have 1. 3.
3. Okay, and then same question for table 3. Aces?
2.
2.
2.
Okay, so that means 2 aces lost. We'll talk about that in just a second. How about kings? How many kings are face up?
2.
2. How many queens? 3. And how many jacks?
3.
3. Just real briefly, why would an ace not win a trick? Because it might get trumped. So yeah, if you wait too long to take your ace, somebody might trump it. But of course, if your partner is already winning with the king, you don't necessarily want to play the ace on that because you're a team with your partner. So
Actually, in our case, like the spade was led,
Mhm.
and I took the trick with the smallest spade I had, which was a 7.
yeah,
And then when my partner led his ace, they were Keenan was out of spades and
right.
trumped it. So,
Right. So losing, like not taking a trick with your ace isn't always a bad thing because in this case, what Shannon was just telling us is that they won a trick with a 7 and saving the ace for later. Well, saving the ace for later turned out, the ace ended up getting trumped, but they didn't actually lose anything because they took a trick with a small card when they could have, they could have wasted the ace on that, but it wouldn't have gained anything. So, but we can still see this pattern still holds. Aces take more tricks than kings, which take more tricks than queens, which takes more tricks than jacks, which makes sense because that's how the ranking goes. Do you have any opinions on what's more fun, like playing with the trump suit or without a trump suit?
With drums.
With trump suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more to think about. And there were probably, I didn't keep track, but there were probably a lot more tricks that were won with little cards. Because you can win a trick with the 2 of hearts pretty easily. If everybody else plays a diamond and hearts are trump, you can play the 2 of hearts and win a trick with that. All right, let's turn all these cards face down, gather them up. And that's how things would work if you were playing at home. But if you're playing in a bridge club, the cards are already shuffled and dealt for you, and they're put into one of these. They're called boards or caddies. And then when you take your cards out, you play the hand. When you're done, you make sure you agree on the score, and then you can put them back in, and someone else gets to play them. So it's called duplicate, and the object of duplicate is just to get the best score you can with the cards you're dealt. And you're actually competing against everybody else in the room to see if they can do better with the same cards. So I'm going to hand these out. So what I'd like you to do, each player take the cards out of your slot, the one that's closest to you. It's usually also a good idea to make sure the board and the table marker match, like north and north match, east and east match, so on. Go ahead and sort your cards. And instead of like the person who actually deals the cards being the dealer, this actually tells you who would have been the dealer if we were playing like in at a kitchen table or at home. So we're going to do some rudimentary, like what's called bidding, but we're not going to like go into the full bidding yet. We will pretty soon. But the dealer always gets the first chance to speak. So, dealer, I'd like you to say what you would like to be trumped. But that's not going to end things yet.
Just verbally.
Yep, just pick a suit. Okay. East, I'd like you to, okay, so did everybody, you said clubs here, what did you say? Clubs? Okay, East, if your suit is higher on this chart, clubs is the lowest, you can name that suit instead and take it over. Or if you don't want to, you can pass, or if you can't, you can pass.
Diamonds.
Okay, diamonds, we have a bit of diamonds here. And then south, you can override that by picking either hearts or spades. Or pass. Okay. All right, we're just going to go once around the table. So at this table went clubs, diamonds, hearts. This table went clubs, diamonds, pass. So diamonds are trump at this table. Spades are trump at this table. Right? Linda, you said
Yes,
spades?
Spades,
Okay, so there's a different trump suit at each table. Whoever said the trump suit, now, for the privilege of picking the trump suit, you have to promise to take at least 7 tricks with your partner's help. The person on that player's left is going to play any card they want. So here, South picked hearts. Here, East picks diamonds and South leads. Here, South picks spades, so West leads. And we'll just play this hand out the same way.